Welcome back, strangers and friends, to the Strangers Guild Tales from D'aowVern. I'm excited for this episode because this is the finale. Hello and welcome. My name is Caleb the Bard on all socials. Our social medias are all plugged below, so you don't have to say it if you don't want to. But if you want to say it, you can as well. He, they pronouns. I am the DM of this lovely ragtag team of magical people. Before we get into any recaps and all that stuff, if I could just have everyone introduce themselves and we'll go left to right. So, Betty.
Hi guys, my name is Betty. I play Lady M, who is our resident bard. I am who.the.lovely on TikTok and Instagram. And guys, we're gonna do so good today. The red lighting is not a sign of anything ominous to come. I believe in us.
Of course not. It's just coincidence. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hiya, howdy. My name is Sabrina, BBEG Brina on all the socials. I play our wonderful wizard, Nortia Thornwood, who did in fact say, I suggest that you don't do that last episode.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm quite excited to see how that turned out. Oh, I use they, she pronouns.
Freckle.
Me next. Hiya, I'm Freckle. I'm Freckled Aquarius or Freckleworks on all social media platforms, and I play Yarrow, our Clockwork Soul Sorcerer. And I'm excited to be hopping back into it.
Here we go.
Cool.
And then Icarus.
Hello. My name is Icarus, and I am playing Dianthus, who is not having a great time today. I am IICARYS. Almost forgot how to spell my own damn name. Almost everywhere. Pronouns are they, she as well. Hello.
All the artwork for the characters is done by our very own Freckleworks. You can see their social media is also listed below. It's also below the little character art here. Also, more of an announcement. We are working on getting a Patreon/shop going. So keep an eye on our social media stuff.
Love the silly little guys. Wouldn't you love them on a sticker on your water bottle?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Don't you want Perry on your Tumblr? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Don't you want that? You want that.
Silly little guys.
I think that worked. I think that's how promotion works.
That being said, I'm excited to get into the game today. This is the finale. That being said, it has been a couple weeks since we've played last, so if y'all would like to recap.
Where do we start?
Bad
We all have to do it. We all have inspiration.
We were at the breadth of the heavens. Right?
All right,
Yeah.
note taker coming in clutch. Yes, we were.
Nice. Come on, note taker.
I got notes like halfway through the session, and then about when things got
kept happening.
Lady M started dying, I stopped
We'll
taking
get
notes
there.
for, like, a stretch.
We'll get there.
For some
Flash
reason,
forward.
in the beginning, we saw that the air genasi guy, everybody else went into a trance besides Ladium and Nordia.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
That was
And
interesting.
and the air genasi was like, let me tell you about your little friend who goes to places and times before they're meant to be there. Yarrow.
Guilty as charged.
And then we were like, hey, what the hell? Bring our friends back. And he was like, nah, you go into the trance too, besties. and
Join
then
your friends.
and then we all started falling into different planes of existence, which was evil and so brilliant, Caleb. Does someone want to take it from there? These notes are a lot of numbers. I was trying to figure out how the planes worked.
Gunnar and Atlas fell into the realm of nightmares.
They went to
I have
hell.
that
Yeah,
highlighted.
straight hell.
That was
Straight hell there.
okay.
Straight hell, just straight
Straight
hell.
hell.
Yeah.
Do
Straight
not
hell.
collect 200. Do
Do
not
not
pass
pass
go.
go.
And I believe the first place M went to was back home.
Yeah, to
ended up back
Madeo.
on D'aowVern in Maldeo. Yeah, where
Everything was on fire.
Everything was on fire, and Dee was dead, and there was a barbarian, and then time reversed, and Phineas got his arm cut off.
Yarrow showed up after almost drowning. Just your luck, huh, King?
Yarrow!
Yeah.
My best.
That fear, man. It's going strong.
Yarrow
where
came
did
in with a
Nordia
clutch
end?
fireball.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
whoop.
Nordia
well.
also stayed on D'aowVern, but instead was
Oh, you saw Bianca doing
yeah,
shit.
Mhm.
there was like a fight with the cultists, and I said I'm gonna collect all these runes and then ruin them. I'm trying
You
to
also
figure out
said,
what
I'm gonna take a nap.
I did
Yeah.
say. Let me take a nap right here.
And then I think
and
that's
then
how you
went
ended up
to
in
the nightmare realm.
Yeah,
Nordia was like,
riding
"I'm
my
going to sleep."
horse.
I was like,
Yeah.
"No, this is too stressful."
I'm sorry. This is the most chaotic recap. This planet.
You
What
went to
are we
hell riding
saying?
my horse. Shit's
Oh
on
my
fire.
God.
What else happened? Oh, there was a succubus. How could we forget the succubus?
Oh,
How could we forget the
forget?
succubus?
Vampire.
Vampire.
A werewolf and
A
Nordia.
werewolf.
Oh,
I
we are
am in
not being
Twilight
coherent
now.
at all. We're not being coherent at all.
No.
Okay,
You're
Nordia was in the Nightmare Realm. Saw Atlas and Gunnar fighting the vampire lady. Atlas got fucking like spiked, dude. I remember that.
Literally. Yeah.
Literally.
that was rough.
So,
And then wolfed out. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty
Well,
much,
not there.
Not there.
It was Nordia was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go heal him," and then threw out her dog, and then was like, "Protect them," and then left. And then Atlas was now in Atlas and Nordia were in the same place that what's the one who Hemlock and Emerith were like fighting to the death, and then Atlas was like, "Me too," and then Death was like, "Haha, no." And then Nordy was like, "Hey, this god that I'm apparently not a child of, but like I don't know what we are. Like we can define that later. Could you protect Gunnar?" And then Gunnar appeared, and then Nordy was like, "Why are you crying, Death?" And Death was like, "Someone's dying," and I was like,
and Em and Cal were trading off who was gonna take death throws for the other. It was like, I am dead, and then Cal saved me, and Cal's like, yeah, I am dead, and now it's like, who's to say who's dead
Who's
now?
to
At least
say?
3 of us are dead, at least. But then we were all in the same place, and Death was like,
Someone gotta
congratulations.
stay.
One of you bitches ain't getting out of here, and we were like,
You gotta
stay
stay here.
here.
and Nordy was like, "No,
no.
Uno reverse.
Actually wrong. Actually, I don't think so.
You're gonna let us all leave."
Nordia specifically was like, if you let us all go, we can try and find somebody on
To
D'aowVern
replace us.
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
replace it.
To
Yeah,
guard the gates willingly.
And that is where we left off.
Right. I will
Wow.
Wow.
Add.
Good job, team.
I will add. It's funny, we do this recap at the beginning of every episode, and every time it's like, oh yeah, I will remind y'all that there was a doppelganger that was confusing, a couple of
Uh-huh.
characters.
Yes.
Cal came
they
up,
died,
but it
right?
wasn't Cal.
Yep.
You know that they fell from a great
Yep.
height.
Yep.
That is all you know.
We're not dead though. I think actually Nordia is sitting at the highest amount of HP. Isn't that crazy?
I'm at 9, bestie.
A wizard.
Me too.
Hey, yo!
How is it that Yarrow and Nordia are doing okay hit points?
It means that I did my job and took the
Good
hits
job,
for
Tank.
Good job.
Tank.
The
I'm the
squishy
tank,
ones
dog.
live.
One of my favorite Icarus quotes.
I'm
I
the
will say
tank,
a
dog!
lot of it. The plane shifting effects seem to cease. You don't quite know why at this point. However, we ended the last session, as Sabrina pointed out, with a casting of suggestion of your wizard, who is surprisingly unscathed from all of this. Basically, with some divination magic and all sorts of stuff, convinced Death, to your understanding, to let y'all go home and figure this out. And I will say that is a main reason, a big part of why a lot of the jumping stopped. Because each of you in your various physical conditions find yourself back at the Breath of the Heaven gates. It is the same gate for every plane of existence. However, now instead of feeling it in 9 different directions, you just stand on the circle in Valea, which is one of the moons of this planet where Dianthus has been for the past many months.
6 months. 6 months.
Time's wibbly wobbly. But you're also aware that most of, the people that you came with and for are all in this space as well. And as you look down, the floor, so to speak, is more like a window. As you look down and you see that this Colosseum, this gate, identical to the one on Valea, is on Obus as well. And then as you look up, you see the same thing, but the spot where you fell through, it's very Spy Kids, if y'all remember when they're like falling for a long time and then it's like actually like that close. So you look up and you do see Shunfeek kind of just floating there watching as things unfold. Nordia did buy you some time with death. However, everyone's still hurt that was hurt. Combat is over, but what do y'all do?
Just to clarify, it's everyone there, right? Like,
Mhm.
including the people we were
Correct.
fighting.
Correct. The fighting had a moment of not quite like resolution. It's not that everyone's just okay with each other now, but because of the magical effect, there's a sense of shock and uncertainty with everybody. So Hemlock is there, Bianca's there, some of the zombie pirates that Yarrow briefly interacted with are also there. Some of the cultists, although they're trying to be hidden, you can see around the arena. The
Where's Emrys?
Emrys is, as you look down, on Obus with Hemlock and with Death. But you get this feeling like, whereas before you were getting magically pulled through, like you can walk from the surface of one gate to the next. It's almost as if you had taken a theater and inverted it to where each gate is its own stage, but it's all in the same space. Emrys does look rather battered, but not as if he is dying. If anything, Yarrow, he probably looks the most healthy you remember seeing him.
Interesting.
Okay.
No.
I will also remind you, because this was not last episode, but it is worth noting in the recap, that the body of both Emrys and Hemlock is currently stored in your little flask.
That's right.
So you do notice that those two specifically are not able to leave the surface of Obus.
Is Cal still down in front of Nordia?
Yes. Yes.
Cal, wake up. Somebody, please.
Let me look at my fucking sheet real fast.
How close are? I mean, we're all like within.
Yeah, are we all?
We all can hear that, right? We're
Yeah.
all there. We are all in the same space.
We're all on Valea, yes.
Nordia's
we're all
like
next to each other.
shaking. Like she's just looking at him and shaking.
Okay, I have enough.
Yarrow's probably headed your way.
I do need y'all to
Don't.
remind me.
Yeah.
Dianthus, you healed M, correct?
I did. I brought M back from death.
Right.
Thanks, bestie.
need to
I
put
was looking at my
something-
spells to see if I still have spell slots, and I do.
I
so
need to
we're
put
okay.
something in the prove it
I
rules.
hate it here. What did you just roll?
Nuh-uh.
I can't.
Don't do
We
that.
just
We
started.
just got here, man.
We
Yeah.
just got
just
here.
started,
We
Betsy.
just got here.
Literally. I'm nauseous.
Waiting for it to load is giving me such anxiety.
I was only gonna roll twice. However,
Oh no.
What is
Wait, it's not a
you-
1 and
it's a 1 and an 8.
No.
Cause Cal was
No.
falling,
No.
and Nordia, as you beg for him to wake up, you do feel not physically, materially, but you feel Death's hand on your shoulder.
Oh my god, dude.
We're gonna see Cal show up on Obus in like 3 seconds. 3
Respectfully.
seconds.
Nordia feels the hand on the shoulder and like whips her shoulder back even though nothing is there. And she looks down at Cal and she says, "You are not allowed to leave." Cal.
He doesn't wake up.
If I look down at Obus, is he there?
Give me a perception check.
Fuck you. 23.
23. Okay. I will remind. Death said that there has to be someone guarding each gate.
Mm-hmm.
However, on a 23 Dianthus, and I would say Nordia, your passives would give you this as well. You realize that no actual time had passed between Nordia, Lady M, and Yarrow stepping onto the circle on D'aowVern. And it occurs to you, Dianthus, that either by design or just intent from Death, you do see a formation. If you remember that the surface soil on Obus is black, very much like volcanic dust. You do see in the same position Cal starting to form on Obus, very similar to when you first came out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not quite dead, really.
And he's not gonna be. If I can walk over there to do Spare the Dying on him, then I'm going to.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not the best. Ooh, 10.
Oh, wait.
Yes?
You have inspiration.
Oh! I'll do one of them. That's better. Okay, 16.
Okay. For flavor, I will say, Dianthus, you touch Cal, and years of interactions come to you in this moment. The first time Cal got in a scrape at the Tipsy Scale, he came to you, patched him up. Times he came in to try to help you out with Emrys when he was introducing you to some rather eclectic new friends. The waterfall. The moments before this battle. And you know what happens when you are holding on to someone as they die. And maybe just from stubbornness, you feel a light pulse.
Attaboy.
He doesn't wake up, though. And Dianthus, without looking, you know that his eyes open on the surface of Obus.
Fuck.
Nordia looks up to you as she's on her knees and watching you try to save Cal. And for the first time, she does not have words. She just is pleading to you with her eyes.
I think I'm gonna get up and turn to the entrance to Obus and start walking home to go talk to Death.
Okay. Before we get to that, Lady M and Yarrow, what do you think you're doing in this moment?
Where is Lady M? Because last Yarrow saw her, I think she was dead.
Lying.
So
Yeah.
they're probably looking to see if she's up and alive. And also taking note of the scene going on, and Cal.
Em is laying on her back, looking at the sky, and breathing, and feeling guilty about it, and is recognizing where she is, and there's such she is not here right now, right? She's forcing herself to be somewhere else, so she's just on the ground staring up and breathing, or trying to. It's gasping flurries of breath.
Oh, I think Yara will probably go over to her first then, and just try to, kind of kneel down, but like not get too close, seeing as you're having a moment. Are you okay? Can you get up?
We need to go.
Yeah, the others are over there. We have to still get
Let's go. Let's go, Yarrow. Let's go. And she's gonna sit up.
Okay.
And
We
then
can go.
see.
Could I get perception checks from both Yarrow and Lady M?
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, going to Obus, I guess. Okay.
Oh.
You
I
said
got
perception.
a 20.
You better work.
I
You better work. I got 19 total.
19. Okay.
19 total.
Okay. So in the same moment, you'll realize something. But on a nat 20, Yarrow, you actually, in a way that you can't quite explain, but as you're gesturing to Lady M to help to do something, you do get a flash of vision of a scene almost as if someone else was watching when you and Dianthus were falling. And then you weren't falling anymore. And you do see the scene unfold when M was dropping. And then Cal took that spot, and Nordia. So you do see that whole scene play out as a single clear marble with a purple feather forms in your hand. Lady M, you do see Cal unconscious, and with 2 pretty high checks, you do see Cal stand on Obus. Not quite a gasp, but you see his form is visually almost like kind of like Mage Hand, right? He's just a solid blue. So he's not there completely, and he's not in front of you completely. And I would say you also see beside him Donna, who was missing most of the combat. I had some rolls for her. Very similar in a light pink, almost purple glow as her and Cal stand on the surface of Obus. And Yarrow, it occurs to you in this moment that Donna was probably in the sky before everything went down, and she was diving for y'all. But if you remember, when the combat first started, some of this had happened in the backstory of one of Dianthus's sessions, but her wings had been like somehow removed, and so her and Cal and Emrys and Hemlock stand on Obus. You do see, similar to how Cal was a few seconds ago, these like dirt forms materializing as other people on or around the battlefield deal with their injuries in their proximity to death, i.e. Phineas, Atlas, Gunnar. And you do see that there was a form of Lady M that, since Dianthus had healed her, you see just briefly before it dissipates as the sand loses its form, and Lady M is next to you.
We should go over and help get them back.
And Emma's gonna stand up and make a beeline for Dianthus.
For Dianthus, okay. Dianthus, you said you're going to talk to Death. Nordia,
Yes.
what are you doing?
When Nordia looks to Dianthus and Dianthus walks away, she looks back down at Cal, and then she looks at Lady M, and she stands up and brushes the dirt off of her skirt and grabs her notebook and starts writing and trying to figure out anything to make it so they can all leave here.
Dianthus with advantage, and Lady M, I need Constitution saving throws.
With advantage or no?
Just me with advantage?
Dianthus gets advantage,
Dianthus.
and I'll explain why in a second. Nortia, could I get a history check?
I'd love to give you a history check, Bestie.
I'm so scared of the face you're making, Betty.
And Yarrow,
I'm gonna
could you
use one of the
give me-
inspiration.
Yarrow, if you can give me, I'm gonna say a charisma check.
Just a flat check.
Yeah.
Oh, you what?
I know.
Did you nat 20? Did
What
you
just
nat
happened?
20?
That 20 didn't
I
hit.
rolled a 1 and a 20.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dianthus, what did you get?
19 plus 3. I'm
Okay.
not gonna do the math.
22.
Thank you.
It's plus 3.
Nordia, what did you get?
I used my bardic inspiration that I got as well. 21.
Yarrow, what you get?
I got a 17.
You see Emrys, and you feel like a panic in your chest that you think for a second is going to overwhelm you. But he looks, although battered, peaceful. So it's a little bit of it's a weird reunion. But you do see him and you think, okay, maybe we can get out of this. Nordia, I had you make that check because as you're writing and trying to come up with some dream, some what might feel impossible solution to this, you are subconsciously, not physically, taken from this place, and you are standing on a familiar cliffside with a woman who has your likeness. What do you say?
I can't save them all, can I?
I suppose it depends on a couple things.
Let's share what those are.
Well, the rules of the material plane are a little out of what I do. As you're probably aware, I deal with dream, with passion, with goals. One thing is certain. Someone must guard the gates. And for a really long time, Shunfik was keeping, with some rather unorthodox loopholes, a hand on each of the three. But then the Fey courts installed a puppet, which allowed him to step back. And Bianca took the task upon herself. So, if you want to help your friends, each of the three gates must have a guardian.
Do none of them have a guardian now?
I believe as is currently, and you see she kind of looks out, and unlike before, Nordia, like you looked over this cliff the first couple times, and you saw like battle camps, trees, forests, that sort of thing. But you look out and it's just clouds. And you get the idea that she is seeing the state of where you're at, of everything, right? It appears that Shunfik is the only current guardian, and we don't show up in the same place a lot, but it appears Death is mulling over who to choose for Obus. But I cannot see the Feywild. I am blocked from such things. So I don't know.
There has to be somebody who wants to do this. Who wants to protect the worlds. Not in a... Nordia stops herself. Not in a way that's self-sacrificing. Not in a way that means losing everything you love.
It's a noble idea.
There are noble people. But nobody here can make that decision without it being about everybody else.
That is true. Death is simple. Living life, choices are tough. I can't give you the answer. All I can say is you were chosen for a reason. And I believe with the help of some other noble people, you'll think of something. And she reaches out towards you, but as she does so, you're brought back to your knees as you've been scribbling in a series of runes and script that is not familiar to you. Everything around you is as it was before. You do notice there's some murmuring from cultists, some of the Feywild natives. You hear clacks of infernal and draconic coming from Obus. Dianthus, you feel as you step onto Obus a thirst for your life. The planet is beckoning you back. But with your save, you're able to step through it. As you feel your wings and your armor fade, similar to how they do before, when it turns into like a powder, And
Right.
you are wearing simple garb as you approach death. And I haven't forgotten you, Lady M. I'll get to you in a second. What do you say?
I need you to be honest with me. Have you already chosen?
Before I respond, give me an insight check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that's not horrible. Do I get any additions? Yes, okay, 18.
18. Death, like Dianthus, is not a very expressive person. But you've dealt with people in and around dying enough to know the look of someone who is deciding whether or not to lie to you. But he goes through that, and with a resignation almost. Mortals always think that I choose. I take no joy in people running out of time. I am just here to make sure that when the hourglass empties, the glass doesn't break upon this very harsh planet. As he kind of gestures out to Obus, and you remember the deep, like, emeralds and diamonds and, like, the entire, what would on a normal, material plane be trees and rocks and that sort of thing. It's harsh, brittle. And you do see spirits, people, demons, infernals, man, elf, just kind of wandering. I am able to take my time in collecting, but it does a great deal of ripples for me to do so. I will have to take someone, but that's up to you and your friends, I suppose.
Does it have to be one of them?
One of who?
He will gesture to the individuals that have shown up on Obus, so Emerus, Hemlock, Cal, and Donna.
You get an idea. He kind of turns, and Dianthus, you see only in the reflection of Death's eyes the true surface of Obus. This vision, this simplification, it might be because you're mortal or because it's been a while, but the fields of death in front of him go on forever. I'll make this simpler for you. And he puts a hand on your cheek, and as he does, his fingers go over your eyes, and you are no longer on Obus physically, as you realize that you are in a circle plot of land on the surface of Valea that has the same soil, but on it there is a single, what would kind of be considered like a bird bath in other environments, but you get the idea that the person to guard the gate of Obus would need to give something to this little bowl, this bloodbath, so to speak. I will say, at that same time, Lady M, you were following Dianthus. I'm still giving you the 20, but for flavor with a nat 1,
Yikes.
you feel Perry around your neck fall as you step forward, and for
Throw
a,
it back!
for
Throw
a
it
mo-
back!
for a moment you turn and you see Perry scurrying to Cal's body. And you feel even though healed, the pain of the blade as you fall forward into Obus. Your save was to see if by entering Obus your heart didn't immediately stop.
Oh! Woo!
Oh, can you imagine? Not one. What?
I'm alive, but I'm dead.
What kind of rancid check is that? Does your heart immediately stop beating? Roll a d20 for me.
You know,
Oh,
you are entering the
God.
realm and the moon of
Yeah.
death. So
Yes,
it was a
I
big
get
one.
it. I so get it, dude.
As
Whatever.
that's really funny. That's really funny.
Oh my God.
Because I will remind y'all that this is happening in a very quick, like each step and interaction is happening in like fractions of a second.
Mhm.
So the others see Lady M chase after Dianthus. Dianthus turns to powder for a moment,
Oh!
and the circle appears, and you see Dianthus rise out of this like dark kind of clay, back with your mask and wings and everything. But as Dianthus appears, y'all watch Lady M turn into a black smoke, and she
Oh.
disappears. As you are caught, as you fall just for a second, and your hands and I'll say like your cheek fall and hit Cal as he catches you. You feel Hemlock and Emrys and Phineas and the others kind of around you, but I don't think Lady M would be focused too much on all that. And you smell the ocean air, and you notice that he is almost as if he stepped out of a heavy rain. He's like completely soaked. What do you say?
I bundle his shirt in my hands and I fling him or push him as hard as I can toward the portal, and I'm gonna say, "Start walking."
You pull, and you feel you change direction, but you also feel the ground beneath you rotate with you as you pull him, and you look behind and the portal is not there. You do see the same stand with a bowl on top of it that Dianthus sees. Similar to before. No. So similar to before, when each plane of existence had a focal person in the center, now the circle and the bowl is that focal point at each point in the gate, if that makes sense. If anyone was on D'aowVern right now, you would see Shun Feek just kind of like staring down at this bowl that just popped up.
Do I see M?
No.
Oh, wonderful. Damn. Girl, get over
This
here.
is counterproductive.
Get over here.
Oh, shoot. Where are you? Where are the
I don't know where I'm at the bowl. Get to the bowl.
I don't know. Ugh. Okay. Don't move. And she's gonna storm toward the bowl and just put a finger in Cal's face if he tries to talk. Go over to the bowl and look into the bowl. Do I see
Hi.
water, or do I see my bestie? Water. Is there water in it? Is there water in the bowl?
Water in the bowl, isn't it?
What in the bow? Give me a investigation check.
Okay. Okay. 16 on the die. Plus 3 is 19.
Okay. As you get to the bowl, you do see in its reflection, it's kind of strange because if you've ever seen, you know, those bowls that are restored with like the gold, like
Yeah.
I forget the term for it. But yeah, so it's like you can tell that this bowl's been broken a bunch. And there's 3 main parts, each of a reflection of Obus, Valea, and D'aowVern. You can tell like 1/3 of the bowl is made out of this like dark black, sort of obsidian, almost like a flint material. One part of the bowl is made completely out of wood, as you recognize what would be a branch of Rootsburg, one of the Feywild towns that Dianthus was actually in for a little bit. And then you see the last third of the bowl is, it looks kind of like the glass in the monastery of Maldeo. And as you look into it, you do see your own reflection, but on the other 2/3 of the bowl, you see the reflection of Dianthus, who I would presume is standing over the bowl, and Shunfik.
Hi. Hey.
Oh no.
Hi.
Hey! Just gonna yell into the ball.
Okay.
Do I hear her?
Dianthus!
Do I hear anything? Do I see her?
I will say, Dianthus, you do hear.
Yes.
I do want to give a opportunity, Nordia or Yarrow. How do you respond to Dianthus disappearing and then reappearing in this weird circle thing, and then M disappearing, and yeah, what is your immediate response to what just happened?
Is Yarrow still walking towards?
Yeah, I was gonna say
You
he's
stop right there.
immediately
Actually,
pauses.
You were walking towards M.
Well, I was talking with M, and then she left, so I guess I was probably following her, not like quickly.
Okay. I'm gonna need a Constitution
What?
save from Yarrow.
Not like I wasn't gonna go in. Oh wait, like just walk, even if I'm not going in.
Yep.
Yarrow with that. No!
Actually.
What?
So give me the con save.
Boo this man.
But I
What?
also with yeah, I'm just, it's gonna be a little different.
What?
Yeah, give me the con save.
Oh.
I can't do this.
Remember your inspirations.
I gave you to be a silly little guy, Caleb.
It gave me a silly little dude. It's just gonna be a silly guy. It's my content.
Does your
Dang
heart
it.
stop
Oh,
instantly?
good. Oh, good. 17, 12 plus 5.
Good.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Right.
I will say I'm being a little mean because it's not the same save. It's not the same effect because you weren't close enough. But Yarrow, you feel, you step towards M, and in a moment, this all, rises and falls from the ground. And you feel almost like you've been on a roller coaster for the past hour. Like a very unsettling effect on your stomach as your hands hit the side of the bowl, and you don't retch necessarily, but you're like, whoa, like you have that woozy feeling. And you feel a light arm on your back. Are you okay? And it's Shunfik. You're on D'aowVern. And you do see Dianthus and Lady M in the bowl, and you do hear the response.
Hey.
So I was on Valea, and now I'm on D'aowVern.
Yes.
And I assume I heard Nordia saying to stop. I probably just was like, a lot of emotions. Stopped when he heard Nordia, and then kind of jumps hearing Shunfik, and just staring at the bowl and around. Not exactly fine. No,
Who did y'all pick?
we're not picking anyone. It's not going to be one of us.
I'm afraid that's not quite how that works. I like this job. But there has to be 3 of us.
Who did it before you?
Who did it before me? Big fellow. Buff bloke. Blonde. Wore a big fur hat. Had a big axe. I believe his name was Dolok.
And
Yarrow,
why?
you would get the feeling from how he's describing it that was the barbarian
The
that
guy?
you and M were fighting in the church.
Oh,
And why does he no longer? Why can't he keep being one of those people with you to watch the gates?
Well, he tried to break the rules. And when you break the rules, you get punished. And in trying to break himself without a replacement from the gate, he was sent to the realm of calamity. He doesn't guard the gate anymore, but he's not really allowed to leave that realm specifically, and each time he tries, something very bad happens.
Okay. Did you choose to watch the gate then, or did you get picked?
It's funny, my group, whenever we came across this, we drew straws, and I got the short one. But they've all passed now. I've been doing this for a very long time. So you could say that I was the lucky one.
So if you guard the gate, you just live forever then?
Until you decide to stop.
And then you die.
I don't know where you go next. I will say, if this helps you at all, when I chose this gate, I actually lived on Valea. I was more of a nymph spirit, and I was on my deathbed. I had taken a very nasty fall. But since guarding the gate, I am no longer ill. And if I do decide to stay here, I don't see me ever being ill again.
oh no, no, no. No, no, no.
Give me an insight check, Yarrow.
That's so interesting little +4.
Don't do it, King. Don't.
13.
13. He's being honest. You do also see, though, that he's a little crazy. Like, this guy he's, it would sound like a conspiracy if he seemed to have a reason to lie to you. But you don't think that he would lie about this, and although he is being honest about not being sick anymore, it is a weird fate to guard a door forever. And you think it drove this guy a little crazy. I will say too, you do remember there was a stipulation for him whenever y'all first got to the gate with Shunfik. He isn't allowed to step foot anywhere. And with 13, you don't necessarily know why, but it would occur to you that he might have tried to leave before. and thus took a punishment.
It doesn't seem like a very exciting existence to just stand by and guard. Did you ever try to leave?
Well, I did try to, and you see he looks up. I saw someone fall once, and I tried to catch him. And for that, the gods punished me. As you see a little bit of that craziness dissipate as he becomes serious. The rules are fickle. The gods are cruel. But I prefer this fate to the one I would have had.
So you got punished for saving a life.
I got punished for breaking the rules.
To save someone.
Hmm.
Do those rules not seem a little, I don't know, ridiculous to?
Well, they don't pay me to come up with the rules, friend.
I don't know if those are rules I'd be able to follow.
Then I suppose you won't be the one spilling into the cup.
But I don't want any of my friends to have to follow those rules either.
Well, then we are going to be here a long, long, long time. Who would you pick?
I mean, if possible, I would want you to continue to watch the gates if you could.
It's fair, noble. I do not mind this wait. But that's not what I was asking. If I stay here, 2 others must also. I could even technically, as a gatekeeper, I could go to a different one. If y'all would prefer. Means no difference to me. But which 2 would you pick?
I can't make that choice. I wouldn't pick anyone. I can't pick the fate of other people.
That's a shame. And he dissipates. And Yarrow, in a creepy, silent step, you watch D'aowVern kind of pop up. Because I'll remind you, he was watching the horses on D'aowVern. And this is where we're going to take our little break.
Looking for a new podcast? Come escape with Dice Company, a D&D adventure where 4 unlikely friends battle an evil empire. We've got epic storytelling,
Time for a new life, maybe a new name to go with his new face.
thrilling fights,
What he'd like to do is kick this guy in his zombie balls.
terrible teamwork,
If you want to do it, you can do it yourself.
and an extremely literal automaton.
For the mushrooms to work, they must be passed through a reindeer, and you must drink their urine.
That's Dice Company, available wherever you get your kicks.
This is Eva Clark of Colony Primus. There are 5 of us left. We don't have much time. We are en route to Outpost 1337, coordinates AP 1031. If you are hearing this, we need immediate evacuation. Please.
We are back.
Woo, woo.
You know, a little 5-minute break.
Danger.
So I would say that it becomes apparent now that the gate is not super material, right? Like it's kind of almost like a set piece or a malleable point in space. That being said, each of you do hold the bowl, besides Nordia, what do you think Nordia would be doing in this moment?
Man, Nordia watches Yarrow disappear too. For a second, she thinks about just running towards the gates. But then she remembers time when there was that weird, like, hole in Lady M's garden, and
Right.
diving head first and is what got them all in trouble. No matter how much she wants to be with her friends, she's now realized in this area that's not guaranteed. Her eyes start to dart, and she's either looking for Atlas or Gunnar, the first one she sees.
I will say, to your point, and the reason I'm not going to have you roll, is you would also probably recognize that each time that you or someone else had moved before, the planes had shifted, right? So in the entire like combat sequence, anytime you had moved, like stuff got like real wibbly wobbly. So I would say that you stand there in place, and in a post battle, we've been through it kind of way, you look over and you see Atlas and Gunnar talking, kind of nursing their wounds. Like if there was drink there, like if there was a bar, this would be like the moment where like, all right, we're getting a drink. This is like, that was rough, buddy. Like, I would say that for timing and fun stuff, they both catch your stare at the same time.
If either of you start walking towards that gate, I will kill you myself.
Give me a
Are we
persuasion
clear?
check.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. You do see both of them had stepped, like, but were caught by your tone, and it's very much the, okay, not moving.
Nordia starts walking towards them. You both okay?
Everything that just happened, you would see that they are both rather bloodied and like beaten pretty bad, but both of them are generally okay. You also do realize that Atlas and a couple other people were on Obus for a little bit. You can see kind of like the dirt that had kind of like dissipated around them. You do realize that like other people are around, but these two probably look, besides Phineas, the worst. I'm sorry, Lady M was right there, and I...
Do not apologize to me.
Yes, ma'am. As you see, Gunnar had dropped his head, but, phrases it, "Your friend's pretty scrappy." Like, turns to Atlas, who pulls his glasses back out as his form returns to human. You do see a massive crack on one, and he kind of shakes his head, puts it back. Apologies for what you saw.
Did you not just hear me say no apologies? Or did you think the rules didn't apply to you, Atlas?
There's the like, oh, we messed up. Like, they both look at each other like, hey man, you heard her.
I do not wish for either of you to put any of this on your shoulders. Nordia looks at Alice and then at Gunnar and then up towards the sky as she saw Lady M doing before. Someone has to guard the gates. And if either of you think for a moment that I will let you go before me, you do not know me at all. So I suggest for you decide to be a warrior or a best friend right now. You realize that if I have to watch anyone else turn to dust, I'm going to go mad. So, I'm still deciding if I will walk towards those gates. But I'm asking that you do not follow me.
At the same time, they both respond. Atlas looks to you, and he knows this Nortia. He knows your stubbornness, your conviction. Understood. And Gunnar has seen determination like this before. I will not lie to you. I said I would never raise my blade. But you will not throw yourself away from me.
Anna, you are incredible. But I would not throw myself away from you. I'm not throwing myself away if I walk through those gates. I'm not throwing myself away if I decide to guard them. I have a problem with being noble. And I know, out of all the people here, that I do not wish to throw myself away because I am not worthy of staying. If I guard those gates, it's because I've decided the duty that I will fulfill for the rest of my days will be protecting people. Do not put that on yourself, Gunnar. It is not an insult when I say I would not throw myself away for you. I would do many things. But I know if I threw myself away for you, you'd throw yourself away for nothing.
She's rather stubborn, isn't she? Atlas just kind of shrugs. So, what do we do? Who guards the gate?
As I said before, Nordia opens her notebook back up, which after she had drawn all those runes, she wrote a list of names of people who, not that she wished to guard the gate, but people who could handle such responsibility. And then there's like little notes next to everybody's names.
Sabrina, who do you think Nordia, and I'm not gonna hold you to this, right? I'm not saying like you are picking right now, but who do you think Nortia's focus would turn to? Which 2 or 3 people having not heard Shunfik and Yarrow, who would you, as Nortia, think to guard the gates?
Nordia thinks that out of everyone here, the only people who could be trusted to guard the gates are her and Yarrow.
I will say this moment, this thought, comes at the same time that Shunfik asked Yarrow who would guard the gates. Dianthus, you look down and you see M and Yarrow and yourself. Who do you think Dianthus would consider to guard the gates? And I will remind y'all, you're not quite sure how it works, but there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, there is. But he doesn't trust any of them to do that kind of job. And he would not put that responsibility and weight on the people he has come to care for. Therefore, the only person is himself. And there is a part of him that wonders if that is his purpose, if that is the reason death brought him back to begin with.
Gotcha. Lady M.
Okay, this is so interesting because M has been thinking about this differently than everybody else has, I think. M is thinking, instead of like, who do I trust? Who will be valiant and noble and use the power for good? M is thinking, who deserves this imprisonment?
Yep.
Which one of you serves the least purpose that I can put in this place? So it's obviously none of us. M is thinking that they're on Valea, and there's someone on Valea who would deserve this kind of imprisonment. So M is thinking about her sister.
Oh my god.
And M is thinking about Hemlock.
Work.
As you think this, remember two things. The first being that the figure on Valea that had been the foci of the shifting was a flaming visage of Clotho. So that leaves something. There's maybe something there. There were people who probably deserve this fate. And something you realize in being on Obus and seeing everything around you, from the periphery, you spot Hemlock watch you make that decision. As your golden eyes pierce past you, and you feel Cal kind of stiffen up. Lady M,
Do not speak.
And could I have Lady M and Yarrow and Dianthus give me history checks?
Oh god. For sure.
Actually, Nordia, you too.
Hell yeah!
I was a little
going
jealous
through-
because I do have a plus
See-
8 to history.
See, I'm going through something in my head, and yeah, I need a
No,
history
I
check.
hear you. I wasn't mad. I just was like, oh man, plus 8 for what?
Say for what? I got a 12.
12.
I got the 21.
Work.
17.
Okay. 17.
Plus 6.
23.
23. Okay. So the reason I had each of you do it is because as each of you have been either on or near enough the surface of Obus, the gates on Obus and Valea, it would occur to you that this energy around the gate. You can't really put a finger on it because it's not as if it's a notated historical event, but something, a realization that Nordia and Yarrow have in this moment. For Nordia, standing on Valea, you piece together that Bianca would have been a gatekeeper before the events in the tavern. And on that pretty high check, you would figure that someone had cheated to send Bianca to D'aowVern to deal with Yarrow. Yarrow, you would realize, even though you're currently on D'aowVern, that the chains that had been wrapped around Hemlock's wrist and ankles would insinuate that they were the gatekeeper on Obus since Dianthus had been gone.
Interesting. Okay.
On your other checks, Lady M, I think you would just be like too angry to think straight. Like you don't like, you're racking your brain and you just see this girl in front of you and
Just mad.
seeing red. Dianthus, I think you would feel that sense of you were built for this. But why would Bianca interfere?
I don't trust that bitch. I don't trust her even a little bit. She doesn't want me to do something, that just is more incentive for me to do it. She said I was a mistake. I remember that vividly.
Yep.
Ain't Bianca here? Isn't she here?
You are on Valea. Bianca is there.
All right, I'm gonna look up from the fountain and look for her. Scan into the crowd.
Okay.
Scan into the crowd.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit. 12?
Dianthus, does a 22 hit?
Oh, yeah, sure does.
As you scan the crowd, you see cultists with their hoods on, their masks, and you pretty quickly discern that she's not immediately in front of you. And you have a moment of realization as you turn and you feel her fingers dig into your ribs for 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, shit. I'm down to 1.
As you said, if I recall correctly, Dianthus is kind of a short king, right?
A little bit of a short king. I believe I have him at 5'6".
Okay.
5'5".
Bianca is roughly the same height.
Nice.
In heels, she's probably a little taller, actually. You don't deserve this power.
Says who?
Says people who know more than you. A puppet, a dog, a fool. Give me an insight check.
Fuck off. 22.
Dianthus, something occurs to you. She's lying.
Huh?
In trying to convince you that you are not worthy, that this power is something that she craves, Bianca's bluffing. And she is afraid. And she's overcompensating by trying to kill you.
If I am nothing, you are less than. This isn't your call. Never was.
I will say, Nortia, since you are right there, and Dianthus, if I could have the two of you roll initiative for me to see who gets to respond to this first.
Yeah!
19 plus 2, 21.
Where's my initiative at? Sheet, help me. Help me.
Okay.
I fear for everyone's life and safety.
I think we're gonna do great. 22? Yes, 22.
Right. Okay. So it was a 22, and Nordia, yours was a 21. 21. Okay.
Damn.
Interesting. Dianthus.
Hello.
I will remind you that her
Oh, I'm aware.
claws are in your ribs.
I'm aware. Don't worry about it. I got a plan.
What do you do in this moment?
Well, she is touching me. Therefore, it would be very, very easy to cast Inflict Wounds on her.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. Nice. Rolling to hit first.
I will say too,
Yeah. Do I have to roll
because
it?
you're
She's
essentially
touching me.
because you're
Okay,
in a
okay.
grapple kind of roll with advantage.
Bet. Alright. Do I have to roll to hit?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Pictures. Images. 26 to hit. Natural 20.
Okay. Okay.
Send the
Because
image.
this isn't combat as
Yeah.
per usual, Nordia, what do you think you are doing in this moment? I am gonna tell what happens.
I
with Dianthus,
think
but-
Nordia, like, because at first I didn't see Dianthus, correct?
Correct.
And so I think, like, in my head, like, she finishes this huge speech and Alice and Gunnar are going back and forth, and, like, she looks over one of their shoulders and she sees this. And Nordia goes, "You have got to be kidding me." And Nordia would try to cast sleep on Bianca.
Okay. Okay. I will say on a 20,
Mhm.
you feel that familiar iciness in your veins as you look down to the claw that's in your side. The first time she slashed you across the eyes, the pain was excruciating. Like being dipped face first into molten iron. But this time, it is Bianca's hand that melts as a necrotic energy leaves your side and runs down her arm. And Nordia, you cast sleep, and normally she would have probably enough hit points, constitution, ability to not be put under. But Dianthus's rage in this moment, Dianthus, you see her eyes roll back. And in a deep gray, almost like oil, she collapses. And she disappears. As Lady M, you see Bianca appear, melting in reverse in front of you, standing next to Hemlock.
She's looking at Hemlock, right? She's just been eyeing Hemlock this whole time. And then seeing Bianca apparate. Has no reason in fact, absolutely no reason to feel like she has the upper hand in this situation, but she does. She absolutely does. Oh boy. She'll say to Hemlock, "You, come here, child."
Give me an intimidation check.
Ooh. Oh god, I hate her so much. Okay.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
19.
Okay, that's what we
Plus
want.
6 is a 25. Wow, math. Thank you.
Come here, child. Ooh. Lydia, it's funny, right? Because you are probably physically outmanned in this situation. And Hemlock starts to step towards you, but M's eyes pierce and everything goes silent as Hemlock is kind of frozen in place. And there's a moment where she looks as if she's going to retreat, and you see Bianca lunge forward to slash at you, and you see Hemlock say, "Wait," and as she reaches forward, her fingers are inches from your face, and she turns to stone.
Oh!
As you hear a cold voice being like, "No more cheating." And you see that behind Bianca is someone we'll get to in a minute.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Ah! What is going on?
What do we think Yarrow is doing in this moment?
What Shunfeek is still there or left? And it was
It disappeared, I think.
Shunfeek kind of apparated. You get the feeling that he's still like there, but he doesn't need to be talking to you anymore. So he just kind of he is made out of air. So he's just kind of like.
Okay.
It's just you and Arven.
Yarrow, I think, is just going to look to Arven. Who would you pick?
I haven't been asked such a thing in a long time. Everyone that I pick ends up hurt. You don't want to know who I would pick.
I do. I'm trying to think myself of who I would pick, and I wouldn't want anyone to have to spend the rest of their lives doing that. Do you pick someone else, or do you pick yourself to take on the weight for other people?
Give me a persuasion check.
I would love to. I don't know if I'm good at that. Am I good at that?
20, nat
Persuasion
20, nat 20,
20,
nat 20, nat 20.
Sorry, guys.
Roll
That's only
again.
a 15. Can I
Roll
use my
again.
inspiration
Roll
point?
it again.
You can. I will
Or
tell
is
you.
15 enough?
I will tell you. 15's enough for this
All
because
right. Okay.
I don't want to be mean about it. Something that you realize is Arven's face, right? He wears this deer bone mask. And you realize that he doesn't actually have eyes. Like I don't think Yarrow would have been close enough at any point, or you can't quite put a finger on it. But it does occur to you that Shunfeek and Aruven knew each other. And you also probably piece together that he was in the group that chose Shunfeek. It also occurs to you that he was able to see without seeing everything that happened. If it were me, I would pick a friend near death, and someone you want to hurt. Valea is quite beautiful. It's not a bad place to resign yourself. Obus, however, I only know of one who feels warmth there. But I don't know. Don't know who I would pick.
Does it have to be a decision made right now? Can we wait and everyone talk it over?
If I was here earlier, maybe. Yarrow, you realize though that you can't let go of the dais.
Uh-oh.
You
I'll do it.
each of y'all must pick. The way that it happened for us was there was a vote. We came to choosing straws for Shunfik there. Hey Shunfik. And you see he's actually sitting like on the edge of the cliff. He disappeared but kind of just popped up right behind you and is kind of like watching this interaction. A vote will be cast at each gate. And someone will be chosen. At this point, could I have the other 3 players deafen themselves?
Oh, Christ.
I'm just talking to Yarrow for a second.
Oh boy. Hi.
Okay, Yarrow. Who do you think you would pick? And I'll be a little nice and let you know that it occurs to you based off of your checks and everything that it is specifically for you, D'aowVern.
Okay. I think he would pick himself as one person because he doesn't want to put that responsibility on someone else. The second person is the harder for him to pick because that not wanting to do that to someone, but
I would say
D'aowVern said
to
someone
help
close
you,
to death.
yeah, to help you kind of organize it, it would be first like D'aowVern you would pick.
Yeah.
Then you
So
would
I think himself.
you would pick for D'aowVern, and then for the second one it would be Valea, and the third would be Obus.
Is it an option for Shunfik to remain as one of the people? Because
yeah, you get the feeling, Yarrow, that you're casting a vote. So yes, it is.
Okay. So it would be himself, Shunfik, and the one for Obus. I'm torn. I think he almost wants to I know he said someone close to death and someone you hate. Yara doesn't necessarily like hate people. I want to say Hemlock because she's been there, and if yeah, I think that's what he would go with because that's the person that he thinks at least he wouldn't pick Emrys. He wants Emrys to go home. And he wouldn't pick Dianthus because he wants Dianthus to live.
Okay.
So
Y'all can all come back.
What the hell are you building in here?
Yarrow, could you deafen yourself?
Oh, what the hell? What the fuck's going on, huh?
And then Nortia and Dianthus, could I have
Fuck.
you two stay, and Lady M, can you deafen yourself?
Oh my god!
Ooh.
I'm gonna vomit.
I'm gonna throw up.
Caleb?
I'm in danger. So, I will
Okay.
say you feel this energy, this moment, this something. I need both of you. You can take turns, you can talk it over, because you are in the same space. But each of you, Nordia and Dianthus, are casting a vote on who stays. And the way that I explained it to Yarrow, which is going to be the same way that y'all will, is you will pick in order the person to stay at D'aowVern, the person to stay on Valea, and the person to stay on Obus.
Nordia, I guess, kind of feels like drawn to go towards that area, and she like pushes through Alice and Gunnar, and she's like staring at you, Dianthus.
He's staring back.
I think that if what we are doing right now is deciding who gets this power, this responsibility, I think I would like to know whether you think it is a power or a punishment.
Why can't it be both?
Because that makes things complicated. Because that means that I have to both trust and... Dianthus, I know you will not agree with me when I say this, but I do not believe that we have the right to punish anyone here.
Not even ourselves.
I just... You wish to go. You wish to guard the gates.
I don't think what I wish matters. If I was
I
made
think
for
it
this,
does.
then it's what I need to do.
I don't want to hear that, Dianthus. What you were made for. You exist in a world. You. Why does it matter who sculpted you there? Why does it matter why you were put in that world? If you wish to guard the gates because you believe that it will fulfill you, that it is something that you want, I will write your name down as quickly as you would write your own. But if you think for a moment, I'm going to let you think that you have no choice, that some fate gets to decide for you when we right now are deciding. I don't think anybody knows me anymore. Dianthus, you are quite clever. If it was your fate, why would you get a say in it?
Dianthus, can you deafen yourself?
Absolutely, I can.
Damn it.
Good luck,
Nordia.
bitch.
Nordia, I need your 3 votes. For D'aowVern, for Valea, for Obus.
Does Nordia does this voting system work that I have to pick a different person for each one? Or is it adding a vote to each person?
So you are picking, and like you're not writing anything. It's almost like an arcane level of like you are casting a vote for each position.
Ashtai told Nordia that Shunfeek was able to go between the different ones, right?
Mhm.
What's the Fey one called? So sorry.
Valea.
Valea.
Yes.
She would put Shunfeek in Valea.
Okay.
Did Nordia see that Emerus looked incredibly healthy
Mm-hmm.
standing on Obus? She would pick Emerus for Obus. She would pick herself for D'aowVern.
Okay. If you can deafen yourself,
Yeah.
Icarus, Dianthus, Icarus, Dianthus. No, just Dianthus.
I can't read shit. I can't read lips at all.
I love it because sometimes I'll just throw like some not random words, but I'll describe something more to remove context. So people are like, what are they saying? Dianthus, you just heard this from Nordia.
I did.
You're getting a pretty similar. Everyone's getting pretty much the same explanation, but you have different, I guess, views of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I need you to cast a vote for each of the 3 gates specifically. Right. So, D'aowVern first, then Valea, then Obus.
Yeah, D'aowVern's ironically the one I was having trouble with. I don't want Bianca to have any of this power, so it's not. She's not in the running at all. The people that are in the running are, Hemlock. Or Emerus.
I will say it does occur to you that Bianca is actually, that's what I was saying with that check, that she is afraid of it. So she doesn't want it. Just letting you know. But that was what that check was for. It was to reveal she's trying to make you do it. And it occurred to you that was bravado, that she was.
Oh, wait a minute. So she doesn't want it. Like at all.
Right.
Oh my god. That changes everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want her near me. I don't want her on D'aowVern, though. I didn't hear that whole spiel about how whoever is a guardian becomes basically fully healed and stuff, right? I don't think I heard. I think that was for Yara.
You didn't hear it.
Or I was at the fountain though.
That is true. That is true. So you would have heard it. You were at the fountain.
Because hearing that and knowing that in the back of my mind and in the back of his mind is like, okay, well, this is a surefire way to heal Emerus up.
Mm-hmm.
Yara's just never gonna see him again, probably.
Right.
But if it's for D'aowVern and he can just come visit this temple, then Emerus would still be there, so they could still see each other, you know?
Interesting. Okay.
But it does feel a little guilty making that decision without Yarrow here and talking it out with them. But
so what's your vote?
I didn't put Cal through all this fucking mess not to take him home.
Okay.
It's not Cal. Emerus for D'aowVern.
Okay.
This is interesting now. For Valea. How do I ask this question? Hemlock doesn't like me, but
correct.
Do her actions give the vibe of somebody who's just following orders, doing what she's been told?
Give me... You can do either insight or perception.
Perception's better.
Okay.
24?
24. Hemlock is just a power-hungry person. So you...
Yeah.
It's not even personal, right? Like anytime she's fought somebody, it's been to live or to gain power or to like screw someone over. It does occur to you she probably is working with somebody, but yeah, it's just spite mostly.
I have remembered somebody else who was on Obus. Donna, right?
Uh-huh.
if anyone deserves to have kind of the heavenly peaceful thing, I think it would be her.
So for Valea?
So Donna for Valea.
Okay.
Now Obus is this tricky one.
Mm-hmm.
So Bianca doesn't want it. I'm gonna give it to her.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
If you could deafen yourself.
Absolutely.
Betty. Hello? Hi.
What are you doing? What are
So,
you doing? What are you doing?
so I need Lady M to decide, and each of you got a different variation of this same prompt.
Okay.
But you're voting for each gate specifically. D'aowVern, Valea, and Obus. You are being specific.
3?
Yeah, so like everyone's an option. So there's 3 people. Everyone that's been around. So
Oh no.
the 4 of you, Shunfik, Donna,
Okay.
Bianca, Hemlock, Phineas, literally everybody who is in the zone is an option. So I need your 3.
So okay, like I said, M is viewing this as a who deserves this punishment, not like a who is valiant enough.
Right.
No. That's not what the gig is.
Right.
So, and as soon as she saw Hemlock was in the space with them, chose Hemlock.
For Obus?
For...
Or Valea or D'aowVern.
Is Arven an option?
He is, actually.
M? Does M know who he is? I don't think M has connected the dots, right?
Give me a history check.
They think I chose Donna. I didn't, guys. I didn't. That's not good. History? Oh, not bad. 16.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not what I need, though.
Arven seems familiar. I don't know if you know exactly who he is, though.
Okay.
But you know you've met him before.
I know I've met him before. Would I place him on Valea?
Maybe. Oh, like, would you place him as in, like, do you remember him from there?
Knowing him from Valea.
Yes.
She's gonna pick Aruven for Valea.
Okay.
Because Bestie's been...
Mm-hmm.
He's in cahoots with my mom. Anyway, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And... Hemlock for... D'aowVern or Obus? The alternative would be Bianca. So Hemlock for D'aowVern, because there is some sick part of M that wants to be able to be closer to her punishment.
Uh-huh.
And then Bianca for Obus, as she's already become enveloped by the ground of Obus. She's literally stone on Obus right now, so there's no better place for her to stay. And for longer than she would like to admit, had considered Emrys for Obus.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note of that. I know that's not your vote, but I'm gonna make a note of that.
Yeah. Simply because Emrys was the closest to Obus.
Correct.
And has been there this whole time.
Uh-huh.
And so it was a logical decision for her to come to first before seeing Hemlock and Bianca on Obus when she went through. And then her decision changed.
Gotcha. Okay. So it was Hemlock for D'aowVern, D'aowVern for Valea, Bianca with like a caveat of Emrys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't like the way you phrased that,
Everyone,
but sure.
everyone come back. Everyone come back. Everybody. Can everyone hear me?
Ooh, baby.
Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Me.
Give me
Hello.
a
This
thumbs
is
up.
sus
Yeah,
behavior.
come back. Yeah. Yarrow.
Come back.
We're good. Good.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, it took me a
All
while
right.
to
What
get
the
find the
hell
You're good.
happened?
What happened? I'm so scared. I was
All
trying
right.
to read lip.
Guys,
Very
I think
So-
I'm really good at reading lips.
Are you?
So
I think I am
need,
too.
No, I don't
need
think
in this moment either an Arcana or a Perception check. And they're different. I need you to let me know which one you pick before you roll.
Okay.
And yeah. So
I'm
let me know what you
perceiving.
get.
What?
Arcana or Perception?
I'm going Arcana.
Perception.
I'm gonna do Arcana as well.
I am perceiving.
Oh, let's
So we got-
perceive, bitch.
So let's do our
Let's perceive.
Perception checks first. And then our Arcana checks.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna reroll because I have 2 left.
Is that a 22 or a 4? 22.
22.
I'm like
22.
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
Work.
Okay.
Work.
Could I get the Arcana checks as well?
I got a 16.
I got a 16 too.
Oh my god!
2 16s. Okay. So with the 16s, I will say everyone feels the bowl. Everyone who's holding onto the bowl feels it start to fill with water. And there's a glistening, similar to if you've ever seen like oil or gasoline in water. It's that same kind of colorful, shimmering, like film type. As the bowl begins to fill, Nordia and Yarrow, you feel something is happening, but you also feel that there's it's almost like you're trying to open a door, or that you're trying to pull a sleeve or something and you're feeling threads knotted, because there wasn't a unanimous decision.
Well, shit.
However,
LOL.
Yarrow, it would become apparent to you that you and Shunfik and Arven each voted.
The NPCs were voting too.
Oh no, fuck off.
The NPCs were voting! We didn't think the NPCs would vote!
However, there was not a unanimous decision. There wasn't even, no one voted for the same person.
Work.
Work.
That's very hot. D&D party of us.
On those perception checks, Lady M,
no.
you would realize that Cal also voted.
Oh no! No!
Dianthus, you would realize that the monsters and like the people that were just kind of thrown there, like the cultists and like the zombie pirates and those things, like they've mostly been sent back to their own plane of existence.
Mhm.
But Dinah voted.
Fuck!
As did Nordia, as did everyone else.
I should have voted for Dinah. Should have voted for
I
Dinah.
forgot about Dinah entirely. I'm gonna be real.
I did too.
Shit!
That
Did I
being
revote?
said-
Dang it.
That being
That's
said,
Revote, recount.
you feel, and all of you feel that like your decision meant something.
Did it?
However, the first thing that we see is Lady M. You see Bianca and Emrys and Hemlock and Donna in the circle as you and Cal fade, and you're holding on to him again next to Yarrow on D'aowVern.
Who was behind Bianca?
Nice. I need a luck roll. Just a flat D20.
Why would you say that
Just
to
a
me?
flat D20 roll.
Oh dear. Oh no. Can I use my inspiration?
Sure.
Better. 17.
Roll something.
Oh
I
no.
swear to
Oh, no.
God. I swear to God.
Ay, 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 ay.
It gets worse.
Hit after hit after hit after hit after hit.
Can't catch a break.
Lady M.
Yep.
No more cheating. You poke behind, and at first you think it's Death, because he is the person standing there, apparently. But then the face changes to the doppelganger from earlier.
Oh, fuck.
And then right as you fade, the face changes a final time. And your sister, not Clotho, has cast something on Bianca. And whatever it was made her turn to stone. But she fades as well. As y'all don't see it necessarily. But Hemlock, Emerus, Bianca, and Donna are going to confer amongst themselves who stays. Nordia, you also appear on D'aowVern as the bowl, as each one is selected, the bowl is going to be replaced by that person. And I'm going to explain it as it happens, but you are standing next to Yarrow and Lady M and Cal. Dianthus, could I have you...
Oh boy.
Your perception was what? 20, dirty 20, right?
30-20, yeah.
I will say, because of your proximity with Death, in a what would normally be assumed to be like dark vision sense, like very grayscale, you see the four in the circle. Hemlock, Emerus, Bianca, Donna. You can grab one of those four as you fade. But I need to know, do you grab Hemlock? Do you grab Emerus? Do you grab Bianca, or do you grab Donna?
This is to pull him, bring him back.
Yeah.
I made a promise to Yarrow I was gonna save his brother.
Okay.
So I'm gonna grab Emerus.
You grab Emerus. And the three women on the surface of Obus immediately take stock in what's happening and rush each other. Bianca and Hemlock reach at you and Emerus, but Donna steps in front as you vanish, so to speak, but you are holding Emerus on D'aowVern. I will say, for the vote for D'aowVern, everyone picked someone else. I need Yarrow and Nortia to give me Constitution saves.
11.
11?
7.
7. Yarrow, you don't feel that pull that Dianthus just felt, or that Emerus had just felt. to make a note of that. This was not predetermined, by the way. This is
I'm sweating.
Nordia. You're gonna have a moment, whether it be. Actually, I'll say it this way. Between Gunnar and Atlas, who would you look to in this moment as you feel yourself presumably stuck to this place?
Oh, fuck.
Fuck. Nordia promised Atlas she would never forget him again, so she looks towards Atlas.
Oh.
Atlas steps to you. And in a moment of desperation, of impulse, of instinct, but with determination, Atlas kisses you, Nortia. As he knows that you would have chosen yourself. Atlas also chose himself. As everyone watches both of you vanish. What you also don't see is there are 3 people in the circle on Valea, and to my understanding, no one's there right now, correct? Phineas stands there holding a bloodied arm that has stopped bleeding for some reason, as Aruven and Shunfik look to him. And no one's there to hear what is said. But if you were, and the next person to speak to a Fae would know the story of the man not from the Feywild, who by happenstance ended up in Valea. His arm that had disappeared turns to wood, and Phineas smiles, and the petals and the leaves swirl around him as Phineas is the one who stays on Valea. And the reason that he is there wouldn't be known to anyone, because Nortia, you and Atlas and Shunfik and Aruven are the only 4 standing at the gate of D'aowVern. Shunfik is smiling. Aruven is expressionless. And you and Atlas both voted for yourself. So it comes to you 4. I need you to vote again, but with the 4 that are here. So you, Atlas, Aruven, and Shunfik. I will say if you want to say anything to any of the other 3.
Nordia, a little taken aback by Atlas's kiss, not in a bad way, but in a heart racy way, looks to Shunfik and says, "Being here, could you see everybody? Or was it just us?"
I spend a lot of time alone. I think the only reason I was able to see any of you is whenever the purple one, referring to Yarrow, used whatever magic they were using. It is rather lonely up here.
Nordia turns to Atlas. I'm scared.
I can't let you do this, Nordia.
I can't let you do this, Atlas.
I mean, and he looks to the other two, like, what about him? What about, why do you have to do this?
Because I cannot sentence somebody to life loneliness. Not when I've seen what love is. Not when I know the joy. That is cruel, Atlas.
Give me a persuasion check. I'm gonna say with disadvantage.
15 and an 18 on the die, so with disadvantage, my roll is 16.
Nordia, you think for a moment that he is going to push you. You hear a wisp of wind as you get the sense that Shunfik has dissipated. As you, Nordia, scared and ready to make this choice, feel yourself pulled into Atlas. In a hug, you hear his heartbeat surprisingly slow, and you think, just one more heartbeat. Just don't leave me yet. As the other three, you see Atlas and Nordia reappear, both sobbing into each other. And you see the tree form rather quickly. And for those of you who had interacted with D'aowVern before, in his tree, in his space, you would realize that while you were making this decision, while you were talking, D'aowVern realized that he couldn't watch another young girl die in front of him. And he took the spot. As everyone realizes what's happening, you have a moment of, and I think this is fair to say, like the emotion just kind of like pour out, and it's like, you're still here, you're with everybody. You feel a sense of almost like a caress, but you feel just the presence of Donna. You are the most kind dreamer, Nordia. Thank you for giving me another day. Another story. I tell the others thank you. As you all see this purple kind of glow as night begins to fall, and you look out to the star, the sun, and you all know that in order to keep the others from this power, this place, Donna decided to guard Obus. That being said, it does bring up the notion that Bianca and Hemlock should be here. And at this moment, you don't know where they are. It's an emotional session, but we have 3 new guardians on D'aowVern. It is D'aowVern, who Lady M, in seeing this presentation, you would recognize as Temric. Phineas decided to stay on Valea. It would probably come to your knowledge that it was probably because he had grown to love Valea. He spent months there. Even
2 years.
before Dianthus. Yeah, he spent years there.
Mm-hmm.
Dianthus, you feel this last lingering presence as death whispers to you before it's the connection is completely lost. You need to finish those 2 for good next time. As a Celestial, Donna is... her rules are different. I couldn't tell you that because of the rules. But she isn't going to be here in the same way that Phineas and D'aowVern are married to their new positions. As you get that what he's telling you is that this will be because Donna was an Aasimar, the daughter of an angel, but she was able to be reunited with the woman that Nordia saw in her dream.
Oh. Good pick, team.
She
Good
is,
pick.
I will say, everyone is on D'aowVern. It's the first time, you know, besides the combat, of course, that you've all been in the same space. What do you do?
Hey, Yaro.
Yoro is so stressed.
Yeah,
I
we
think
all are.
they're just looking to you all and just we're all home. Is everyone okay?
Yaro, can you give me a medicine check?
Yeah, that was good. Oh no, is
Everyone's half dead.
Everyone is dead. Surprise.
Because I
It was all a
Yoro
dream.
is going good Emers first. Because Emers a lot. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me roll first. Hold on. Question. That's a 14.
Yaro, you feel that in dying, and now that he's back, you can't figure out how you know. And it would probably occur to you, it might be because of your clockwork magic. But Emrys, besides like the scrapes and bruises and stuff, is no longer sick. As you see him fully form because his body again was in the little iron flask that Lady M brought. And not that Lady M this probably wouldn't be the first thing that you check, but if you were to check the flask, you would realize that Emrys is not in there anymore. But yeah, he's better. He is bruised and beaten, but he is more alive than he's been since his affliction started.
Yeah, Yara's probably gonna go to him and just give him a hug. I'm glad you're okay.
It was a long time, brother.
Yeah. You look better.
feel better, and you realize that he's like not lying necessarily. He does feel kind of better, but like he also probably has a bunch of broken ribs or something. So he's like, it's good to be back. Ow,
Sorry.
ow, that kind of hurt. But
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I think I might need one more trip with Dianthus.
Yeah. Turning to Dianthus next. I'm going for a hug for you next. Watch
Oh, are you?
Before that, Sabrina,
Yeah, go
what
ahead.
were you saying?
I think Nordia doesn't really realize that everybody's like, she like realizes she's not there. She realizes the stuff about Arvid. She hears Donna and she's like, okay, like this is not here. But I don't think she realizes that everybody can see her again until she hears Yarrow say that. And she takes like a really sharp inhale and like pulls away from Atlas and looks around and is looking for Lady M.
As soon as Em realized the decisions were made and that everyone was there, would have stepped back from the group. I think people are hugging now and and that's great, but Em is gonna go. Em is gonna start off toward the shop. She's yes, good, great, and she's out, or will attempt to,
just
unless somebody stops her. Yeah, I mean, everyone's okay and fine. That's awesome. All the bad guys are gone. She's gonna take inventory of like the top of the mountain that they're on or whatever. But I mean, is going to start, I think, slowly, kind of. She wants to not be here.
Give me a perception check, but hold on to it. We're gonna jump to Yarrow and Dianthus, so we'll come back to that.
Hello. You trying to hug me?
Yeah, you gonna let them?
King, I'm on 1 HP. You can do whatever the hell you want to me.
Oh, no.
I don't have the strength to hold you back if I wanted to. You know what?
Just for flavor, can I get a con save from Dianthus?
For sure. For sure.
It's alright, guys. I have an aid spell.
Let me do my last inspiration roll real fast.
Oh god.
5. Good.
That's a 5.
Good. I'm gonna say that, Yarrow, there's a moment where you turn from your brother. You're like, okay, he's good. He's a little beaten up, but like you kind of like take your hands off, and like for the first time in a long time, he doesn't need help standing and stuff. And you turn just in time to see Dianthus first stoic, but then like kind of like collapse into you.
Catch him. Hold it. I'm gonna give you an aid, which is
pretty please.
5 HP back.
Ooh.
So it's not a lot, but it's something.
It's alright.
It's something.
6.
I will say that because you're not necessarily like a cleric, what this really does is Dianthus, in the spots where Yarrow's fingers are touching you, you feel a warmth, and you do get those hit points back.
Yarrow is solid and warm and real, and holding him, which is a weird turn of roles. And maybe it's the blood loss, but he's gonna hug you back, Yarrow. And yeah, I mean, he's probably still bleeding from that last wound Bianca gave him, so he's... I'll say for flavor, he is on the way out to falling asleep here. But I do think maybe... I told you I'd bring him back.
You keep your promises. I know.
Thank you for bringing me home.
And anytime. We'll get you healed up, and you can. I mean, I don't know if you can go back to church if you want, but you can. My tower is open to you and anyone who wants to. You can come and stay with me if you want.
The last thing he's gonna say before he passes out is, Dinah can find a new mortician. And I'm out! Passing the fuck out!
Nordia,
Taking a little snooze.
as this little interaction happens, you would probably take notice of Yarrow, you know, kind of awkwardly holding Dianthus now, but they're okay. You hear a bit of a scoff come from Dinah.
Ha bitch! Forgot you were here.
Well, I didn't want you around anyway. You do take kind of inventory of where you're standing, though, and you've just kind of pulled away from Atlas, and there's... I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody, but if you've been really good friends with someone and, you know, never really dated or anything like that, and then kind of on impulse just like kiss them, and not to say that this is always the case, but for Atlas, there's a moment of like, oh crap, like that was not to say a mistake, Nordia, but there's like a, I just did that. You can see it on his face. He's just like, and he kind of awkwardly, he's like roughly the same height as Gunnar, but both of them are kind of just looking at each other really awkward in this moment.
Nordia perceives this after she had looked for Lady M. Mind links with Lady M while she's walking away, and she says, "Please, I need you, Lady M. Leaving is easy. Staying's the hard part."
Stop talking, please.
Oh.
Lady M, what'd you get on your perception check?
24.
Okay. Continue.
M is going to look over her shoulder. Are you all coming? Or would you like to sleep here?
Lady M, you see 3 things. The first being, Nordia, I believe, is the only one who interacted with them, but the king and General Ogden were fighting the cultists in the forest. And
Right.
you can see
Right.
that they've loaded a bunch of these figures, still wearing masks, but you realize that like the wooden masks that have the stars have been taken off of them, and it's mostly like different forms of, you know, like elves and orcs and humans and all sorts of humanoid. And you can probably tell that this wasn't like the whole group, but probably a good like 10-15 people to your immediate recognition are getting kind of carried away. The second thing is a dark purple raven lands on your shoulder. It is holding Perry tenderly as it sets Perry down. These rules are very interesting, as the raven is Arven. Always having to change faces. My feet cannot touch any other plane, but didn't say anything about this, as he kind of like gestures to himself, and he's just a bird now.
A bird.
The third thing that you see is a very sheepish and understandably uncomfortable Cal, who is trying to make himself invisible in this moment. Not literally, but, you know, he's just kind of like, I'm in trouble.
I will say to Arven. Well, first of all, she'll take Perry and look at him. Look at his little face. I love my son. Oh my god.
That was scary.
I know, my dear. I'm so sorry. Are you alright?
Hey, I kind of lost my cool there for a moment.
It was impressive.
I almost ate her face off.
You should have.
Well, she's a little stronger than she looks. Or maybe I'm just
So
small.
are you? No. You're stronger than you look. Go keep Cal company. And I'll put him on the ground. So.
Oh, okay. He goes to Cal.
And then to Arven, I'll take him off my shoulder. I didn't know it was you.
You didn't know it was me. What do you mean? Oh.
My sister.
You recognize me now. I find it fitting that I was able to rectify the mess I made at your coronation.
Yes, I do think you deserve this.
You, more than anyone, knows how messy things get with your sister. She would have sent me with a backup plan.
I'm waiting for you to finish talking.
Your friends. You were meant to be the guardian of the Valea Gate, according to your sister.
Yes, I did see she made an appearance.
She's gone a little crazy. Symbols of Clotho are all over Valea. She believes that you have her.
Clotho?
Uh-huh.
She is crazy.
Or misguided. But either way. She will be coming next.
Oh, I hope she does. Thank you. You're on this end. You can visit?
I believe that my name took a while to grow on me, but I am forced to nest in that tree until another guardian comes, I suppose. But until then, you can speak my name, and as fast as a raven flies, I will show up.
Which one?
I don't hold that name anymore. It died with...
I know.
D'aowVern will
Thank
work
you.
fine.
Perfect. Perfect.
He flies off into the tree. Everyone realizes, because like at this point the sun has finished going down. The shadows of most of the other trees are, typical, dark, whatever. But the tree that takes up the gate here It looks kind of like those California redwoods, like the really big ones, but specifically in the way that the center is hollowed out. And there's a purple shimmering kind of shade that is provided by it, as y'all get the understanding that you can probably enter it. Not that you have to, but you understand that the gate now looks different because before it was modeled after Shunfik, very aloof, just a circle on the ground, but D'aowVern is a little more dramatic.
I will make tea. Let's leave.
Nortia, is there something that you would like to say to anyone before you leave?
Oh God. Nordia looks and even though she knows what Lady M meant by shut up, it was I'm going. You should come too. Shut up. She also Nordia talks so much because she wants everybody to know what's in her head. And she never shuts up, man.
And we love her for it, and we love her.
Yeah.
She looks at Atlas, and she looks at Gunnar, and she says, if either of you have something to say to me, you better say it now, before I go tell Lady M everything and get her opinion. I believe that this is your moment to speak. If you choose not to take it, that is for you.
So you're directing this to both Atlas and Gunnar?
To both of them, yes. They're just looking at each other awkwardly.
Interesting. Give me... I feel like you should roll for this. I don't even know. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Damn.
A charisma saving throw?
I think that's fitting, considering...
I'm gonna use one of my inspiration.
Hey.
I'm so glad I used that other inspiration because it's a charisma save. Oh, that's only +1. But that's a dirty 20. It's a dirty 20. I've learned when to say stuff.
Oh, this is so awkward. The funniest thing to do... I'm just gonna do this. So, there's a moment where Atlas gestures to say something, and then it just kind of like trails off. Like he can't put into words what just happened, like what he was feeling, what's going on. Gunnar takes off his helmet and he looks at it, puts it under his arm. I will always lend you my sword and my duty. I am not good with words. I will give you time to figure out your things, where your head is at. But I will not let him beat me ever again. As he reaches, you think he's going to touch your face, but he pulls a flower from the nearest tree, tucks it behind your ear. You proved a lot to a lot of people today. When I show how I feel for you, it will not be so rash. And he turns, salutes, like a bow, kind of, and walks to check on the others. And then Atlas is like, I'm gonna walk away. Like, this is awkward. As Nordia, you're standing there like, what the hell just happened?
Atlas!
Yes, Nordia.
You can write pages upon pages, but you can't say why you kissed me. Nobody else is here. Everybody else has walked away. You owe me that, Atlas.
I thought that I was going to lose you, and I don't know. It's so much easier to write about this stuff. Like, how do you deal with it in person?
Nordia looks at Atlas in the eyes and says, if you only love me when you think you're about to lose me, I don't think you love me at all. She turns away and follows Lady M.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
That was caught.
Yes! Yes! Put it in it.
That's
what we want, baby! That's what we want to hear!
What a fun one to get.
Oh, what a fun one. And that it's funny when it happens on something that's like very just role play focused, right?
So good.
On a nat 20, Nordia, you realize a couple things. First being, Gunnar's footsteps. You are a very perceptive person. You know, without looking, what his footsteps sound like. He no longer makes sound as he walks on the earth.
Bro.
And you also realize that part of the reason, and it's something I'll say on a nat 20, you didn't recognize it until now, but when Gunnar spoke to you, his features were just a little bit more sharp, and you remember that he was fighting with a woman in the realm of nightmare, and you would recognize that in any other physical circumstance, Gunnar probably would have made a confession or kissed you or something like that. But he is currently fighting the urge to bite all of there's people bleeding all around him, so he's trying to pull himself together. So what you saw was a drastic bout of self-control. And
that is feral of you, Caleb.
Hey, yo!
I will say too, on a nat 20, the sun has just gone down, the moon's rise, and it also would occur to you that because, Alice is usually good with his words, but as the moons rise, it would occur to you that the transformation that you saw him make before was controlled. He was able to keep his wits about him. But part of the reason he couldn't speak to you is even in you addressing him, his hair had started to grow, he had started to change, and as you turn away, you hear him, "I'll be back later." And he bursts through the trees, presumably to get away from the rest of the group. And in very different ways, both of the men in your life disappear.
Lady
M is walking first in front of everyone. She's dipping. She does not want to be here anymore, and so but will begrudgingly slow her pace. She's not going to say anything, but she's obviously listening.
I know that in the grand scheme of everything that happened, that you probably would like to reprimand me for almost giving myself up, but I would like to say that we could pause on that and maybe talk about something a little bit lighter. Uh, never mind. Never mind. Please.
What?
Lady M, give me an insight check.
I'm sorry, Lady M has to be mean right now. I love
No,
you
it's
very
okay.
much.
I love you too.
know, she's just in her feelings. Anyway,
I
an
know.
insight?
Mhm.
223.
23. Nortia, not to take away your, ability or choice to tell the story, but I would say with everything that just happened, your mind's probably racing, if that is fair to say.
Yeah.
And Lady M, you, not in a intrusive way, and not even really on purpose, but with the telepathic links that you have with people, sometimes if someone feels something strong enough, you get little glimpses, almost like something in your periphery, and not completely accurate to what happened, but you just see this visual, this really quick frame of Nordia standing there with some sort of beast running away and a figure shrouded in darkness, but it's like, was that a werewolf? Was that a shadow? But it's just kind of like a weird snapshot that is a little blurry about what just happened with Nordia.
Wait, Nortia?
Yes.
I am so glad that you are walking next to me to talk about pointless boy drama.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I'm not apologizing, but I am acknowledging that maybe I was selfish in
What?
and I am so glad that I can stand next to you and talk about pointless boy trauma as well.
I'll hold my arm out for her to move her arm through.
Nordia links.
I am all ears.
And as we start walking away, Nordia starts rambling everything that's going on, but in a mind link because she doesn't want everybody to know her business. It's just for the two of them, and she feels all that fear that she had before. She felt so unsafe, and with you, Lady M, she feels safe.
M is gripping your arm hard. Like you might have some fingerprint bruises later. She is, nothing about her body language would read this way, but she is gripping you like she needs help to stand. She's just all in to listen to you talk about Gunnar and Alice.
I will say, as this conversation, picks up and a little more, the tension is less for the two of you, as you get to the horses and start, kind of preparing to leave. Yarrow and Dianthus. I will say, Dianthus is kind of passed out.
Yeah,
but
I'm taking a nap.
You with the help of Yarrow and Emrys, are able to get to the horses and start to. But is there anything in these last moments before you head back home that either of you would like to say?
You first, King?
Oh yeah, I mean, he probably doesn't want to bother Dianthus too much at the moment, but is probably just trying to make casual conversation to like just take our minds off of all the stressful things everyone's experienced. I think they kind of are thinking right now is not the time to be asking a bunch of questions, even though I'm sure there's like a million going through his head. So it's probably just little talk about to like Dianthus if they're listening, and Emrys about like, oh, you know, when we get back, maybe everyone can come over for dinner sometime, and you know, like the and Cal and Nortia and everyone, we could all. I could set up one of the other rooms, you know, with the we could sit up there and watch the stars or something, and all relax and you know, just these little plans and possibilities.
I see you. I see the both of you. I'm ignoring you on purpose. I think Dianthus is just, man, it's been 6 months and then constant fighting and almost dying. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. So I don't think he's there, but he's not really talking. Not that he's a talker to begin with. I think a lot of his energy is going towards staying awake when he is, and not looking to wherever Cal is the entire ride home.
That's so funny.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that neat? Isn't that cool?
I will say, if anyone does want to say something to Cal, you can. I will also point out that, you know, the caravan of like the wardens with the king and the general, they all got together and they left, right? It is y'all's group with everyone you came up with, including, you know, Dianthus and Cal and Dinah.
Make that bitch walk.
And
M would have a strong objection to Dinah in our caravan.
If I was awake, I would too.
Why is she? Why? No, I'm killing her then. She's dead weight. Like, what are we? Why is she? I'm confused. You know what I mean? Is anyone else? Is that just an M thing, or are we friends now?
We need her. This is
For
meta.
what?
We need her to clear Yaro's name.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I think if Lady M starts trying, like, looking at, like, her, like, why the fuck is she here? Nordia in their mind link is just gonna say, I know you hate her, but she's gone through the same thing that we did today. So maybe a little bit of...
She deserves it.
Okay, but maybe we, like, add to our good karma by giving her and showing her kindness, even though she may have deserved it. Please.
Fine. She's with.
I know.
We're not letting her loose. She
No,
can't just, like,
exactly.
wander
If she's
about.
with us, she can't do anything bad. You'll
Fine.
stop her.
You are absolutely correct.
I know.
Can I get a perception check from all four of you?
I hate her.
Yeah. You are so right.
You are so right.
You said perception or
Correct.
perceiving?
Perceiving.
19.
19.
Me too.
That's wild.
Why are we besties?
Let's go.
22.
22. Okay, dang. Okay. Nordia? 10.
I'm done perceiving today.
So Nordia is lost in her own little toy triangle world.
Twilight era.
Little Twilight era world.
Where the hell you been, Loco?
Where the hell you been, Loco?
I will say, because that check wasn't for anything super crazy, on a 10, I will say, Nordia, you're just kind of going around, like, getting the horses together, getting everyone, you know, making sure no one's fighting, all that sort of stuff. Dinah, you can't, Nordia, don't see her at first. But Yarrow and Lady M, as both of you like kind of have this moment of like, oh, where is she? Whatever, you turn and Emrys and Cal are both holding on to one of her arms as kind of like pulls her to the rest of the group as she had been trying to steal a horse. They, in reference to what Dianthus was saying, I would say on a 22, was it, Dianthus?
Yeah.
You're able to like tie her up pretty good. Y'all get, like, okay, she's kind of wrist bound, on the horse kind of deal. Begrudgingly agrees to follow. And y'all start to leave. I will say, Dianthus, on a 22, you have a tingle on the back of your neck as you know that you'll need to get out of there. The horses are going, but y'all get pretty far. But Dianthus, you, just out of your periphery, almost in an arcane sense, realize that the tree burns with a deep flame, not in a way that is consuming the tree that D'aowVern is in now, but you sense the presence of an elven woman that you ran into when you and Cal fought the Displacer Beast. And you make this realization when your group is out of range to do anything really about it. It's mostly like a bonfire like beacon behind you guys. As you all start to head home to D'aowVern, I do have a final scene, but we can just go down. If anyone wants to say one last thing.
I mean, I think Yara wants to just at least check to make sure Nordia and Em are okay too, like, I don't think Em's gonna want any sort of hug, but Nordia seems like a huggy kind of,
Nordia will hug you, and she's gonna slip a note into your pocket when she does so.
Can I look at it now, or is it like a look later kind of note?
If you look at it, I don't want anybody else to hear what it is.
Okay, you can DM me it.
And I think we will say what happens with that note in season 2.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Cool. Dianthus, I feel like you got some interaction. Lady M, is there anything you want to say before I'll head home?
Not really. I mean, M is very the whole time, obviously, been kind of just with Nordia or no one, and very intentionally is avoiding Cal, and very intentionally is keeping Perry with Cal. If Perry comes to hang out, be like, yep, love you so much, scores, kisses, bye, go back to Cal. And that's what that's her gig.
As the party makes their way home, it's probably about a week's journey. However, Lady M, you do sense that you're being followed. The same thing that Dianthus sensed. But you also know your sister likes to make a grand entrance, so you won't find her until she is ready to find you. And I will point out that as y'all make camp, rest up, you will get a long rest going into the next day. However, up to this point, Dianthus and Cal had not had their wings since the fight. y'all wake up the next morning, and to everyone's surprise, Cal and Dianthus have their wings again, as they kind of make a circle around the camp. Something your party doesn't see, however, is that either with a shortcut or with the things that will happen at the start of next episode, the king and his troop make it back to the city before you do. But in Maldeo, waiting for either Yarrow or M, you're not quite sure, there sits a man completely made of bone, except for a purple skull on fire, as the Twilight Wizard, in the form of the barbarian that you fought, sits on the throne, slain guards all around him, as he deliberates. And if there was a camera, he would look to it. I'll be waiting for you all. Ride safe.